All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know what time it is, man. If you like the video, subscribe for more daily sports content, and let's just get right into it. The University of Colorado, they have dropped the Big 12 schedule today. We'll be going over Colorado's schedule and talking about that and more in 1 second.
Hey guys, it's LJ. Make sure you like the video and subscribe for more great content from my daddy.
But before we get started, make sure y'all like this video and comment y'all thoughts down below, because y'all already know where we're trying to go with this thing. To the moon! And if nobody told y'all this today, y'all my brothers, my sisters, my family, love each and every last one of y'all. Money on the floor. Let's get straight to it, man. The Big 12 schedule, the Colorado schedule has dropped. Hey, look, we got the whistle and a ring right there. Hey, we don't see no ring right here. We see one right here. Is that telling us that that we believe that that's a championship ring that's in the future, or that's one of Coach Prime's championship rings from the past? I don't know. But what we do know is that the road is gonna go through Georgia Tech. I'm from Atlanta, full disclosure. So some of my teams that I cheer for, I'm obviously gonna cheer for the University of Georgia, the Bulldogs. That's a must. We go for Georgia Tech every game except for when they play the Bulldogs. And then I went to the University of South Carolina, so going there, obviously I'm gonna cheer for them every game, except for when they play the Bulldogs. And unless it's the lady game counts, big shots go pow pow. So boom, we gonna cheer for them. And you know what I'm talking about? We cheering for Tina Pow Pow and the Lady Gamecocks with Don Staley and Malaysia for why. We cheer for them every time. It doesn't matter who they're playing, so it is what it is. But saying all that to say this, Georgia Tech. Colorado has issues had issues last year, and that's why we went and got some big defensive linemen. They had issues stopping people that like to run directly at them, or that ran some of the zone read plays or what have you, not zone reads and zone running plays. And so Georgia Tech, that's what they do. They run the ball straight at you. Same thing like how Kansas did, same way that Kansas State, you know, and pretty much every team that we lost to this year, that's what they do. They knew they wasn't gonna throw the ball like that all over the field, so they ran the ball, and the issue was like running straight at us. That was tough. So that's what Georgia Tech likes to do, including the quarterback. Lost one of the receivers, went to Auburn. I want to say he went to Auburn. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. But the whole deal is that August 30th, we'll be playing the Georgia Institute of Technology. Those guys are no BS. They walked into they beat Florida State last year, the first game of the season. They ain't no slouch. So you know that game could be a toss up. But depending on how it is, they like to run that ball 11 on play. What they say 11 on 11 football. They like to run that ball with the quarterback too, man. It's tough. They took Georgia to a couple of overtimes, barely won that game. So hey, it just is what it is. But that's also a interstate rivalry. So with that being the case, you got to throw everything out of the window. It's just like when the Falcons and the Saints play. Got to throw it out of the window. But Georgia Tech, very good team. So got to beware. Delaware should be able to beat Delaware. Houston might be a toss-up, you know, like it's not like none of these games like you would expect to beat Houston. You expect to beat Delaware, but you just don't know what these guys are gonna do from year to year. Wyoming, like you should be able to beat Wyoming. I would think. Let's see. I don't even know what their record was this year, but we're gonna find out right here. Wyoming was overall 3-9. That's a game that you expect to win. But it's like you just don't know what to expect. You know, BYU, that's who we lost to in the bowl game. But BYU is good. It's like it's ebbs and flows with BYU, just like with TCU. TCU's very good one year, and then they might be very mid the next. You just don't know. They'll be good for 2 or 3 years, and then very mid. But with the transfer portal and you being able to buy a quarterback and do a lot of stuff, a lot of these teams are not going to go through the ups and downs that we're used to them going through. A lot of teams are going to be able to be solid all the way across. Like I said, a lot of issues that happen with the BYU, we should be running the ball more, and we should be able to stop the run more. If you can do those two things, you can be very successful in college football and any level of football. So we will see. Iowa State, 11-3 last year. They were in the Big 12 championship game along with Arizona State. Lost to Arizona State, but like I said, that would be a toss-up game. We don't know. It would just really be like how you match up against them. Utah Utes, not a very good. You know, they have the greatest record this year, but that doesn't mean. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I ain't taking nobody lightly. I just refuse to take anybody lightly. Like Utah, I think when Colorado played them, they had the best defense, or one of the best defense, or was that it was OK State. But Utah had a good defense too, and they got 49 hung on them. So you don't know, but you do expect to win that game. But they might have reloaded. We just don't know. Arizona, you definitely expect to win that game. West Virginia, you expect to win that game, but you don't know. Arizona State, it's gonna be tough. Kansas State, gonna be tough. So probably you could realistically be 9-3. Colorado could be 9-3 again this year. Or if you drop the one to Georgia Tech, you split one with BYU and TCU, and then you split one with Arizona State and let's say you split one with Arizona State and K-State. Then what's that? That's 12 games right there. That's 9. You're 9-3 again. You can be easily could be 9-3 again. But let's say the only game you drop is the Georgia Tech. you know what I'm saying? You win all the rest of them. That could easily happen as well. You could only drop a game to Georgia Tech. Let's say you split TCU, BYU, and then you beat Arizona State and beat K-State. Like, then you only lose 2 games. So it could really go either way. It could easy, but I could see also a world that really exists where you lose to Georgia Tech, lose to TCU and BYU, and lose to Arizona State and K-State. I could see that happening as well, but it's really only reason that you're saying that is because it's sight unseen. Until like the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season, or until you see like some more of what Big Osakin is posting, you can't really say who you could beat definitively, because like once we saw the first game, I was like, yeah, I know who we could beat. I know who Colorado could beat definitively, and I know who is going to give Colorado trouble. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that a lot of the people that beat University of Colorado last year ran the ball straight at them. Wasn't able to do anything on the secondary, the back end. Nobody really just lit us up as far as quarterbacks go. But at the same time, it's just going to be one of those issues where if that's resolved, and we do got some big bodies up front, so that should be resolved. I could easily see a 10-game winning 10 games. But like I said, being a realistic person, that Georgia Tech game is going to be the barometer. They come out there and blow doors off Georgia Tech, I can see them running this table. If you beat Georgia Tech, I can see them running the table, because Georgia Tech is going to be the litmus test. They're going to line up and they're going to run the ball straight at you. It ain't a whole lot of trick plays, and ain't a whole lot of none of that stuff, ain't a whole lot of passing it. They're going to run the football straight at you. It's going to be read option. It's going to be quarterback keepers. It's going to be a lot of, it ain't going to be no whole bunch of RPOs. It's going to be a lot of read option and zone read. That's what it's going to be. And if Colorado's able to stand up against Georgia Tech and stop that, stifle it, and win that, I could see them running that whole table, because Georgia Tech is literally, in my opinion, the toughest person that's on this schedule. You beat them, you can beat anybody on this schedule, and that ain't no BS. That ain't blowing smoke. That ain't nothing. So Georgia Tech gonna be the litmus test. It's gonna be, and then like even after that, Colorado gets better from week to week. That's the only thing that we wanted to see this year. They got better from week to week. After the Nebraska loss, after the K-State loss, got better. Second half of the Nebraska game got much better. You just want to see improvement, and that lets you know that you're going in the right direction. Look how the season turned out. Anyway, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. What do you guys think the record's going to be? Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Till next time. It's your boy Jay Easy, a.k.a. Fresh from the Barbershop, BK the People's Champ.
Godspeed.